Hello, everyone. I'm Laine Burke, and I'm here to present my novel, Blackrock Island. I had a great time creating it, and I'd like to share some of the ideas that I had behind the book. When I first started out, people say to me, well, how did you get the idea? And the best part about it was I was researching in a magazine and I saw this great looking lighthouse. And it was up on a black rock cliff. And I thought, wow, this is it. This is what I can see. There's murder there. So I decided to book a flight and head to Ireland. And when I got there, I was truly amazed. There are so many beautiful rolling hills and limestone fences that wind throughout the country. And I interviewed Irish peacekeepers and a lot of people in different towns. And I decided, well, my operative, Laine Sullivan, is going to go undercover, and she is going to investigate money laundering and drugs on the horse racing track. And the way she does this is that she has a cover, and she's an interior designer. And she's hired by a very wealthy racehorse owner, breeder, and he decides to hire her to come to Ireland to design this party room. So she flies over to Ireland after leaving Michigan. And the reason she leaves Michigan is because her boss says, it's been a year, your husband died in a boating accident, it's time to get back to work. And he entices her because it's about the horses. And she loves horses, so she takes the mission. And when she gets there are a lot of twists and turns and ups and downs and murder and mayhem that occur around her that she never suspected. The other thing that I found was the research was really exciting. There were things about Ireland I never knew, and there were things about Ireland I did know. Our family's from the West Coast and County Mayo, so I thought, well, this is the place to be, and I'll set it there. The other things that I liked were researching different lighthouses throughout Ireland. So I went into quite a few. I couldn't go over to Blackrock Island because at the time, the man who owned a helicopter that would take me there was out of town and they didn't have anyone else that would be able to go. The Atlantic Ocean in that area was extremely rough when I was there, and so I was unable to go. What I'd like to do is read a little passage for you and see if you like my book. This is chapter 1. Blackrock Island, and it's not very long for those of you that don't have a lot of time. The blonde woman in the pilot seat fastened the shoulder harness, preparing for takeoff. Holding in the starter button, she engaged the helicopter's generator, slowly releasing it. After a minute, flipping switches on the instrument panel, she stared at the green lights illuminating the cockpit. Then she completed the start sequence. The white glow from the Bell-Jet Ranger's strobe lights pierced the darkness. Placing her hands on the controls, she forced them into position while the straps held her upright. The whirling blades beat the air. Simultaneously, the turbine whined to a high pitch for takeoff. Rotors thumped as skids bounced on and off the landing circle, dirt flying. The dim red light in the cockpit stood out against the dark forest behind it, silhouetting her figure. Soldiers equipped with heavy weapons and body armor held their positions surrounding the helicopter. The leader of the Irish peacekeepers shouted at the woman through the bullhorn, "Halt or we'll shoot." His fist pitched upward into the air, and then he brought it down. The woman's head turned sharply toward him, and then swiftly back to the instrument panel. The engine revved to a high pitch as the controls were forced into gear. Scraping the tarmac, the skids lifted off the launch pad. Troops were lined up for the kill shot. Kneeling, facing forward, weapons at the ready, men clad in black steadied their .50 caliber sniper rifles into their shoulders, waiting for the command. "Fire," their leader screamed. In one swift movement, he brought his fist down toward the ground. A barrage of bullets riddled the target. The helicopter exploded, sending shards of metal in all directions as the bright orange flames scorched the black sky. That's your first chapter. Now you can find out what Laine Sullivan does about all these things in Ireland. And I hope to see you soon. My website is jleeburke.com. You can get the book there, or you can get it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. For those of you that like ebook, it's also in ebook form. Someday, I hope to meet you. Bye-bye for now.